Hello, we are at Group 26 of the Chicago Ideas 2020. My name is Hyunsu Yoon. I'm joined by Eva Natiel, Hashim Shah, and Sunya Shimizu. Next slide, please. So the problem, addressing new and old traumas. In a survey, the majority of the Chicagoans expressed that they felt anxiety. This high number will only get worse unless we provide them with the resources to release such stress. Then now to tackle this widespread mental health issue, we must tackle its sources. So the problem, addressing new and old traumas. In a survey, the majority of the Chicagoans expressed that they felt anxiety. This high number will only get worse unless we provide them with the resources to release such stress. Then now to tackle this widespread mental health issue, we must tackle its sources, which we believe are health insecurity, financial and job insecurity, and the general anxious mood in society. We believe that now, more than ever, there is a need for community and a sense of belonging, especially as we head into the third and the worst part of the pandemic. Next slide, please.
Our solution to this problem is the creation of a free and accessible platform that accomplishes three main functions. The first is to connect individuals to professional help and resources, and this can include counseling and training workshops or resources on managing remote work or job finding. The second is to invite experienced speakers to share knowledge and clarity on a variety of issues. This can include professionals like Dr. Fauci or even local employers and employees to share their experience, for example, during the 2008 financial crisis, which was a very similar time to today. The third is to create a shared space for individuals with similar identities and concerns as a means to form a community, both for commiseration and support. And we hope that this will create some long-term connection with other members of Chicago.
This is how we envision this app. The platform would be clean, intuitive, and adhere to web accessibility standards to maximize the reach of this platform to every Chicagoan. On any given day, users would be able to volunteer their time and help someone in need, find a community they want to be a part of, or start one. The key focus here is on enabling users to find the people with just the experience they've had or are currently having. Understanding context plays a big part. We want users to be able to narrow their search down as much as they possibly can to find the right people. They would be able to search by industries, zip code, or profession, get notified when a group of interests has new engagement, and most importantly, read any mental health challenge.
So essentially, referencing back to the beginning of the slides, individuals face a lot of health insecurity, financial job insecurity, and just generally deal with a lot of anxiety. And therefore, our platform is supposed to have an impact of, just providing that sense of certainty and security. It's designed to essentially link people with similar experiences and broaden one's network. The platform will connect individuals from different areas with different backgrounds and experiences, and it will ultimately end up to become a very diverse network, a very diverse community. Lastly, I'd just like to stress on the fact that this platform will give a chance to act upon these issues with many different backgrounds, some social backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, and economic backgrounds. That being said, I'd just like to say that we hope you guys really enjoyed our presentation, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to go to the second prompt, which is Group 12. So if I can get the representative from Group 12. Perfect.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, all good.
Hi everyone, I'm Shaurya.
Hi guys, I'm Pankaj.
Hi, my name is Megan and we're Group 12 and we're going to present on prompt number 2. So this is just a wide overview of the prompt, which was to expand economic opportunity, quality employment, and financial security throughout Chicago during these COVID-19 times. And as you can see, these bold questions kind of guided our thinking and led us to the problem that we wanted to focus on and the solution.
So from the prompt, we realized that the prompt talks about three main areas of concern. Firstly, local businesses, especially restaurants and bars who have been impacted by declining sales due to COVID. Then that has also led to significant unemployment in low and middle skilled individuals, especially from the Black and Latinx communities. And COVID-19 has also significantly changed the ways our communities and neighborhoods interact. So our solution is trying to address these three main areas of concern. So our solution is essentially creating a platform that's able to empower the local businesses and encourage communities to interact with these neighborhood businesses with all the SOPs in place, making sure social distancing is maintained and using technology to help these businesses. So what our platform essentially does is it lets small businesses sign up and upload their products, and residents can select which neighborhood they belong to, and based on that they can see what all products are available. The businesses can provide community coupons, they can provide delivery options, that way they also provide employment for lower skilled workers from these neighborhoods, these communities we spoke about, who can offer delivery services. And the businesses can also use the platform for their data analytics purposes in order to increase the efficiency of their business and increase the supply for certain products which are doing better through how customers are interacting. And one interesting aspect of this was we wanted to try hosting community markets where businesses can sign up through the platforms and residents can see the market in their neighborhood and attend with all the SOPs in place. So this would be similar to how a farmer's market works in some neighborhood.
So here's just a visual mock-up of what this web application would look like. So as you can see, the user would be greeted with this nice entry page and explore all of the different businesses, depending on which area they selected. And you may be wondering, this kind of looks similar to or why would businesses want to use something like Eventbrite or Facebook? Well, something about this platform would be exclusive to only Chicago area local businesses. And also, it would allow users to select what kind of businesses they're looking for, as well as apply additional, search filters like women-owned or Black-owned businesses, which oftentimes need the most help that they can get.
So in terms of next steps, one of the immediate next steps would be to develop a mobile application based on the demo that we just showed. We'll also have to look into funding for the execution of the community market. And we also want to incorporate a feedback mechanism and a one-to-one chat system in our platform so that the community can directly interact with the local businesses and share their opinions and feedbacks. We also want to connect young Black and Latinx workers to local schools and universities and connect them to their vocational training programs so that they can upskill. And we also want to talk to local delivery services and talk to them about conducting hiring drives so that there is some immediate relief to the unemployment issue in the community. So that is it from our side. Let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. One of my favorite things about the Civic Tech Challenge is everybody starts developing the prototype. Like they'll show like the different pieces of the product itself, and that's just super cool. I mean, when we did this before, it used to be just a very simple PowerPoint presentation, but everyone is super advanced when it comes to Think Chicago Civic Tech Challenge. Thank you we're going to prompt number 3, and this will be group 13.
Hi, yeah, so for that, I will be presenting. Let me just share my screen and get this together.
Yep, that'd be great.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
All good.
Okay, perfect. So our prompt for this year was prompt number 3, which was building on our region's strengths. And so Chicago has a really has historic strengths in food and agriculture, but we really wanted to build upon how we can use technology to expand and support the local supply chain. So there are several food deserts in Chicago caused by long-term disinvestment in several communities, specifically on the south and west side of Chicago. So this causes people to have to go out of their way to take public transportation to get access to food because either their local grocery store doesn't have it or doesn't have enough of it. And so Chicago has an abundance of access to produce, but as we all experienced during the COVID-19 crisis at first, many of us couldn't get basic things like onions or potatoes. And so we wanted to, the long-term goal would ideally be to reconnect these neighborhoods to the supply chain. But a solution, from now until then would be these community tech gardens. And so I actually drew up a little prototype. And so using very affordable technology like moisture meters, humidity sensors, using hydroponic systems, self-built grow lights. You can order LED strips, you can 3D print the casings. It's a very affordable system, and if the units were made to be temperature controlled, we could have this be something that could be all sustained all year long. And so several communities already have community gardens in place. It would just ideally be converted into something tech, something that would be sustained through tech. And so this solution is great because then it would allow people to have access to produce in their own neighborhoods instead of taking public transportation and endangering themselves. You don't want to get sick, you want to stay home, and this would help in that process. And so here, as you can see, I drew up, it would be a hydroponic self-sustaining system, which would have moisture meters to make sure that the system has access to water all over. It would be powered through. We would need access to electricity and water would be the only stipulations, but other than that, these could be self-sustained and even controlled through a server if set up properly. And so the implementation of it would require finding a site, and that would take some, finding some sponsors, developing the site. That would, take some time, but the benefits would be, it would be a good in-between solution from these food deserts and not having access to this produce to having these communities have self-sustained solutions for this issue. And any questions?
Not at the moment, but thank you for presenting, and thank you for the custom drawings. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Great. So we're going to go to prompt and then number 4. So group number 4 for prompt number 4. If I can get a representative to share their screen, and I'll ask if the last presenter can stop share. So we'll give group number 4 a chance to share.
Can you guys see the screen?
It's 6 o'clock.
Can you guys see the screen?
So I can see you, but I can't see. No. I can't see at the moment. Yeah. Let me see if I can.
I can try again. How about now?
Not yet.
No, we can't.
If I can get the presenter from the last group to on her screen.
I'll change it to one participant and then change it back to multiple that might do it.
Okay, do it. Okay.
Okay. I think this bumped the last one off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Awesome.
Okay, ready? Good evening, Think Chicago. I'm Daniel Schwartz.
And I'm Ishan Bapad.
And the prompt that we were designated is capturing opportunities created by COVID-19.
As Victor Jones, the CEO of DOE, mentioned yesterday, we're all here because we had the right support in place as well as the desire to challenge ourselves. Fortunately, we have those opportunities and access points to build experience, whether through our school, connections, or just sheer persistence. As we look deeper into our communities in Chicago, though, however, a different picture is painted. one where high school students don't have the same opportunities to build real-world experience. And this is catalyzed by the spread of COVID-19 as the job market tightens. And that's a gap that we hope to close.
Now, some of these specific privileges that many of us students take advantage of are school community relationships, which are vital for fostering a safe and learning-oriented environment. And furthermore, on the school side, students lack resources for internships and real-world experience. And on the community side, many restaurants and local businesses lack the innovation and creativity that tech and social media bring us, and that we've seen are even more prevalent in the age of COVID-19.
We envision a web platform where schools and local businesses engage to form a public and private partnership to offer real-world experiences to students who are interested in disciplines like marketing, business, and creative disciplines as well. Our platform starts with a local business putting out a description or a spec of a task that they need, whether it's creating an ad or managing a media account or indexing invoices, etc. Students at nearby high schools can see that a business needs help and can sign up to do so. Once enough people sign up, they're put in touch with the business and whoever is in charge to further discuss a timeline and more details about the project. Students will then work together to finish what the local business needs. And once students finish these deliverables, the business can review and ask them to fix something if needed. Finally, the business implements the work that the students do, whether it's posting the ad or verifying a job is done, and the students can receive verified experience that they can put on their resumes, college applications, or even on LinkedIn.
Now, the incentives that the students receive from partaking in this project are, this platform intends to help students learn some skills that cannot be taught in a school environment, such as collaboration, market creativity, business fundamentals, and understanding what the client needs. It also allows students to help their community and local businesses recover from COVID-19. And as I mentioned before, the student-community relationship is a very important factor when considering student safety and growth. Now, in order to get this to the students, we plan to install something like a club for our platform within the schools. And we plan to give businesses in the program materials that they can use to advertise their commitment to student learning. And finally, we plan to set up booths at college fairs to showcase how we can help students stand out on their college apps with real-world experiences like these.
For businesses, there are also incentives as well. First of all, you have a fast, trusted method to find people that can do some work for you. And because our platform is very minimal and it's a simple web app, businesses don't need to spend a lot of time training employees how to use it. And this also helps them directly help their own communities and by providing students with opportunities to build experience. And we plan to acquire businesses through reaching out to chambers of commerces, cold emailing, as well as promoting within the city through campaign materials. Thank you for listening to us, our pitch.
Thank you. That was awesome. And I want to say, like, one of the things that we super appreciate, especially in this kind of virtual format, is all you guys meeting a week before Think Chicago starts and working with your individual groups with people that you don't know that might not be going to university. But it's pretty incredible work. And so we're super happy to see this. So our last group is group 50, which is for prompt number 5. So group 50.
Hi everyone, we're Group 50 and we came up with a solution to reignite activity throughout Chicago by sharing our story. Chicago has always had a dark history of segregation and social inequities, and the COVID-19 pandemic has only exacerbated the already existing tensions. The influx of tourists has drastically decreased, and small and medium businesses are struggling. Chicago needs to have a platform where residents can share their story and make the city a safe and inviting space for visitors.
Our solution to this problem, Chicago Forward. When you open the app, you can scroll through stories from every part of Chicago, learn about new small businesses, visit scenic sites, or even find a place to cheer yourself up. Chicago Forward lets you read stories, view locations, and even write about your own experiences. You can communicate one-on-one with a neighborhood ambassador about a specific neighborhood. No matter where you're from, Chicago Forward can help you find new places in Chicago to explore and connect you with people in those communities.
We also took into consideration quality control to ensure our users have a quality experience throughout. So with any social media or online forum, there's potential drawbacks such as non-residents posting false narratives or just inappropriate posts. And we'll combat this by having a verification process and a neighborhood ambassadors to review flagged posts. You would also need a significant user base because the more people that use it, the more neighborhoods that can be discovered. And we'll do this by having interviewers reach out to CPS students, small and medium business owners, and the elderly population to share their story.
Neighborhood ambassadors are crucial for user engagement at the launch of this app. Each neighborhood can finally take ownership of how they are perceived, while small to medium businesses can post about the history of their business, which is better than your typical ad, because eventually these personal anecdotes can be used as icebreakers for more genuine interaction between Chicago residents when they visit each other's neighborhoods. Media outlets can also promote featured forwards to inject a more intimate, human-centric view of our city. Eventually, data can be used to assess if perceptions from residents, Chicago leadership, and non-Chicagoans are aligned.
Forward is written by someone other than the original author and tells readers why they should read a book. In this case, why people should visit Chicago, accompanied by this app for a genuine tour of what makes this city so unique. Thus, every time you contribute a forward about your neighborhood, business, or favorite Chicago landmark, ask yourself why tourists and future residents should consider your recommendation, if not for cultural awareness and creating intrigue.
Our hope is to reignite and integrate the city by tapping into the human factor through shared personal stories. At the very core, we hope that your intention is to reconcile, instill hope, spark compassion, and understanding among other Chicagoans like yourself. Welcome to the Chicago Forward app. What's your story?
It's good. I went through mentally all the projects. They're all very good. Four of them were very connected to the idea of basically bringing a community square together. So projects basically by group 26 and 12 and 4 and 50 were essentially creating they were about creating virtual platforms, and you can think of them as town square. The analogy to farmers market was good, but in the old days you'd have a commons where you'd have the city fairs and so on, and gathering places with different goals in mind, information, tourism, about connecting people. The group 13 in prompt 3 was took a separate take, which was also health related, like group 26 was. The group 26 had proposed basically ways of lowering the anxiety through information. And group 13 also is fundamentally relating to how to deal with the health issues surrounding COVID, and especially in minority communities where food resources and food deserts are a huge problem, where there are children who've never seen a strawberry, for example. So self-sustaining agriculture there could provide opportunities also in terms of improving the health and bringing community together. So it was very hard to sort of come up with, and I'd like to see actually all of them come to fruition. And in fact, ideas from the 4 that was sort of virtual space could be combined to essentially create community-based spaces for different neighborhoods. Chicago has strong neighborhoods, and so they could empower residents and bring them together in a very localized way. So all in all, it was quite hard to pick one winner, but in a way, Group 13, with their issue of food deserts and trying to address that issue, which is a very key issue, which actually requires small solutions. Small solution in the sense based on smaller groups of within the neighborhood is something that would be in the longer term very effective as a way of sort of rekindling the connection with food and improving things, and also getting people's anxiety and moods to be better. So all are excellent projects. In the end, it was a very hard choice. But I would say that Group 13, with the idea of sort of helping with sensors and possibly now with solar panels and things of that sort, you could even make the technical problems, electricity and so on, more solvable. And so that may be a method that could be at the block level and could be something that could be pursued. In the end, I'll pick 13 as the winner.
Yeah, awesome. Well, congratulations to Group 13, the first place.
Thank you. And again, congratulations to all teams. And I think there's a lot of synergy between different ideas. And in fact, the other 4 groups, I think there's a lot of synergy, and a common platform could probably achieve quite a bit in that direction.